Hey folks, isolated showers continue to pop up just on the northern edge of Hidalgo County and then move northward from there. So you'll run into a brief shower if you're headed up or down 281 the next hour or two. Should fade away by sunset or so. Future Track suggests the rest of the night's pretty quiet across the area. This is the high resolution model. And then by tomorrow afternoon, isolated showers show up again. Probably nothing widespread, but showers nonetheless. And one of them could contain a little thunder and lightning, but that won't be the flavor of it, we don't think. Instead, just partly cloudy skies and a couple of showers. Same thing possible Wednesday afternoon. Isolated showers, but nothing really widespread. We're going 30% Tuesday and Wednesday. Taking Thursday up to 50% as a front stalls probably just north of us or maybe even right on top of us. That'll happen Thursday into Friday, so that'll keep the moisture around and keep the chance for a couple of showers to pop up. These are the currents. 97 McAllen, same thing in Edinburg, 89 in Raymondville, 88 at the coast at Port Isabel, 89 right now in Brownsville. The next 3 days, the normal is 90 now. The 30-year average is 90, and we start coming down the next 3 days, 95, 93, 92. Records won't be threatened. We'll be still above average, though, throughout most of the forecast period. Look at the rest of Texas tonight. You can tell there's a front somewhere in the state because it's 92 in Dallas, but only 72 in Abilene and 66 in Dalhart tonight. On the other side of that front, 95 in Laredo, 89 in Houston, of course, 97 down here. This is what it looks like. Our front kind of sitting right down in through here, and it's going to kind of hang out in that same area for the next 2 or 3 days, and that's why we expect some pretty significant rainfall out in the watershed this week. So hopefully it'll make a difference down in the mountains of Mexico. Some of that water hopefully ending up in Amistad, maybe some of it making it down to Falcon. On the Atlantic side, we of course still have Maria still churning, obviously not as well organized as what we saw a week ago, but here's what it's doing: 31.7, 73.1. The winds are still 80 miles per hour, so it's still a Category 1 hurricane, moving northward at about 7 miles per hour. By 2 o'clock in the morning, winds down to 75. By tomorrow afternoon, it kind of stays there for a while, but eventually turns to the east. With folks on the Outer Banks of North Carolina and the East Coast getting some pretty good waves and wind because of this, but the core of it will turn eastward and stay out in the open Atlantic and not be a threat to the U.S. Let's look at some temperatures. A little more interesting tonight. We're getting into fall when things start to change. 80s in the deep south, up in the northeast, 89 all the way up to Burlington, Vermont, 84 in Syracuse, 86 in State College, PA. But as you move into the middle part of the country, look how sharp the temperature drop is. From Iowa City, 91 to Sioux Falls at 53. Get up into northern Minnesota, temperatures there in the 50s. Up in the Pacific Northwest, 64 in Seattle. You get to the southwest, and it's still warm in LA, 81. Las Vegas, though, only 76, 86 right now in Phoenix. For us tonight, a low of 78, partly cloudy skies. Those evening showers up north should move away and fade away. Then tomorrow, partly sunny. A slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm. Best chances in the afternoon. Southeasterly winds 12 to 20. Here we go. The next 3 days, 95, 93, 92. We keep that rain chance in there. At least a slight chance every day. Probably peaking Thursday and Friday. Depends on where that front stalls. The numbers behind that on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday may go up or down a degree or two. Depends on where the front ends up. That is your updated First Warn 5 forecast.